Okay, these are your notes for 5-3, interpreting rate of change and slope. Rate of change and slope are the same thing. Okay, so rate of change is slope. We can interpret or find it by calculating the change in y over the change in x. So you're going to choose any 2 points on the line, begin at 1, and you can count vertically till you're even with the second point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because we went down, the rise is -6. And then you count over until you're at the second point. So 1, 2. Because we went right, it's positive. If we had gone left, it would be negative. Okay, so it's -6 over 2, which is -3. So the slope of this line here is -3. And you can see as you look from left to right, the graph is falling. Okay, the slope of a horizontal line is 0. It has no steepness whatsoever. The slope of a vertical line is undefined because it's infinitely steep. It's straight up and down. Okay, so on 1, 2, and 3, it says find the slope of each line. Again, I know these are a little rough to look at. So we're going to start, I suggest you start at the leftmost point and work to the right point. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. So that makes a +4. Over, we're going to the right, 1, 2. So +2, which makes the slope of this line 2. We always simplify. If your slope does not simplify to a whole number, you leave it as a fraction. Okay, going from left to right, we're going to go down 2. So that's -2. And then the run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And -2 over 8 simplifies to -1/4. If you have trouble with rise and run and remembering where they go, just remember that you have to rise out of your seat before you can run out of a room. Okay? For number 3, we're going to go up 1, 2, 3. So my rise is 3. And we're going to the right, so it's +1, 2, 3, 4. Because I cannot simplify 3/4, it's just 3/4. Okay, on number 4, that's a horizontal line, which I said before has no steepness, so we call that 0 slope. You can write out the word 0 also. Either one's acceptable. Number 5 is a vertical line. It's infinitely steep, so we call that undefined. There is no cool symbol or anything for it. You just have to write the word undefined. And again, on 6, they actually gave you 2 points, but it's a horizontal line, so the slope is going to be 0. All right. Determining slope using the slope formula. And I have it written there for you. The formula for slope is m equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. All the subscript numbers mean is that there's a different value for each y and a different value for each x. Okay, these problems can be found in your book on page 182. They're your turn 9 and 10. We're going to find the slope of the line and then tell whether it is positive, negative, undefined, or 0. So there's the graph for the first one. So I wrote down the 2 points, -1, 9, and 2, -5. Okay, and we're going to use the slope formula to calculate this. This is x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. So it's just literally the first y value, or the first x value, first y value, second x value, second y value. First point, second point. So we have m equals y sub 2, so negative 5, minus y sub 1, so minus 9, over x sub 2, 2, minus y sub 1, so that's minus negative 1. Negative 5 minus 9 is negative 14. 2 minus negative 1 is 3. And I cannot simplify negative 14 over 3. So that is the slope of the line. It said identify what it is, and this would be negative slope. Okay, the second one, the book gave us the table, the XY table. So literally you take that as this is the first point. This would be your second point. And we'll use those as ordered pairs. So again, we're going to fill it into the slope formula. So y sub 2, 5, minus y sub 1, 5, over x sub 2, minus x sub 1. Okay, and 5 minus 5 is 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. And that will simplify into just a 0. Just a side note, if there is a 0 in the denominator, the slope is undefined. Okay, interpreting slope. These problems are found on page 182 in your book. And we're going to do problems A and B. So problem A says the graph shows the relationship between a person's age and his or her estimated heart rate. Use the 2 points that are labeled on the graph. Okay, so the 2 points are 2180 and 5150. Okay, so we are going to, I'm going to copy those down real quick. So it was 20, 180, and 50, 150. Okay, so we're going to use the slope formula. So m equals 150 minus 180 over 50 minus 20. So 50 minus 180 is negative 30. 50 minus 20 is 30, which gives me a slope of negative 1. So if we're going to interpret that, it would say for every year a person's age increases, the heart rate decreases by 1. Okay, rise over run on a whole number, it would be -1 over 1. So because the 1 on the bottom is positive, that's where we got every year a person's age increases, the heart rate's going to go down. So for B, the book reads, the height of a plant in Y centimeters after X days is a linear relationship. The points 30-15 and 40-25 are on the line. So we want to find that slope and interpret it. So the 2 points that they gave us were 30-15 and excuse me, 40-25. So once again, we're going to plug them into the slope formula. So we have 25 minus 15 over 40 minus 30. 25 minus 15 is 10, and 40 minus 30 is 10. So we have a slope of +1 this time. So each day, the height of the plant increases 1 centimeter. Okay, and that's that. The homework for this lesson is 5-3, page 184 through 186. You can do numbers 1 through 13 all, and then 16, 18, and 22.